Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019 with the Rude Band. Today we're on Honeydew Farm, and Honeydew is kind of well, it can be a fun one, I think. I played this on a live stream yesterday, which was Friday, the 7th? Was Friday the 7th? Yes. I did a live stream on this, but not everybody watches my live stream, so I thought I would do a quick recording over here and play for about 45 minutes and just let you see what it's all about. So basically, I've already started my farm. So if we look at a map, right where we're at, that's not going to work, is it? Let's look at this map. Okay, so right where we're at, in the middle here, you can see this white kind of puzzle-shaped area here. This is your farm right in the middle here. You start off with this little bitty field right here. Now, like I said, I live streamed this, so I ended up buying 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7, and 3 beyond 4. So I have all of these farm fields that I own right at the moment. And I also have all the equipment. I shouldn't say all the equipment. I have all the starting equipment to get started with a harvest. I then placed my house, my pigs, my cows, my horses, and my sheep in this circle area here. I put my barn area. It's not really a barn. What would you call it? It's a covered shed for your equipment to go in right in the center here. And I put my silo right in here. Now around this corner right here on field 4, I put my my seeds and my fertilizer and all that stuff that I can get. So it's pretty basic, but it works. So, and here you can see what I'm talking about. I put the farmhouse here. There's my silos around that corner to field 4. I got my pigs over here. Got my cows over here. I've got my horses over there and my sheep's over here. So I'm all set to go. I've got water there for the animals. I've got my silage and cow feed over here. I got pig feed over there. And I'm harvesting. So one problem I had during the live stream is I got bored because I had seeded everything. And I was just sitting here waiting for everything to ripen so that I could harvest. Well, I got impatient and I sped time up. Well, when I did, I missed my weeding and fertilizing. So some of my crops are ready to go. I can't continue fertilizing them because it's too late. All I can do now is harvest it and take the week harvest on it. I do have some grass out here that we could mow for the animals. This is a pretty good patch right here in between these two fields and around the other corner there. But you can see that I've got weeds every damn where. Now this one's growing, which I can weed these. This one's still growing. All right, let's go get some equipment. Where did I leave my my herbicide? Where's my herbicide? Okay, I'm using this big old Rubicon thing. No, that's not the Rubicon thing. I'm using the Rubicon thing for fertilizer, and I'm using this, what do they call this thing? Hardy. I'm using this Hardy for herbicide. So, let's get on with it. I think I'll top this off before we do that. So I think I did a pretty good job placing the farm. It looks kind of nice there. You don't get much, really. You don't get any buildings. You have that blank spot there that kind of looks like a jigsaw puzzle piece. And you get $100,000. That's all. And a couple of pieces of equipment. That's all you get. I think you get a tractor, Obviously, I sold everything because I don't like their equipment. But you get a combine, you get a tractor. I think you got a truck and a trailer. Very minimal stuff. I sold everything and bought my own stuff. Whoa. Loop-de-loo. Trying to get closer to the edge over there. Yeah, as I mentioned in the live stream, I'm a little disappointed that they didn't put a GPS on the tractors and stuff in the game. They should have done that. Obviously there were GPSs available for mods. I mean, it's not like they couldn't figure out how to do it. It makes it easier. Now, the herbicide's not bad because you can see the weeds die. Like, obviously, I can see where I haven't hit. The fertilizer, that's another matter. If the crops are up, you have a hard time seeing where you're at. It would really be nice if you had a GPS. Now, this farm in particular isn't too bad because it's pretty flat. The fields are pretty good size, and you don't see a bunch of hedges and fences. There's a few fences around the main farm here, but for the most part, most fields don't have fences around them. So it'd be real easy to go ahead and do this, which I just did, and hire a worker. Then you don't have to worry. The worker will take care of where he's at on the field. But on some of the maps that have hedges and rock walls and fences around every damn thing and trees everywhere, without GPS, you can't see where you've sprayed and where you haven't sprayed if the crops are up. If you're doing just dirt, you can see where you've sprayed, kind of, sort of. But anyway. I think I got some starving animals. I know the sheep don't have anything to eat. I don't have any oats yet. There's some oats planted out here, but I haven't harvested them yet, so... Uh-oh. Where you going, buddy? You missed a big spot. What the hell? Yeah, I have to laugh. Giant bragging about how they corrected and made the AI better. Right. Crap like this happens all the time. And I can't see where the AI is any better than it ever was. But quirky stuff like that just makes me laugh. It doesn't bother me. I'm used to playing games that don't work. Good Lord. I've played so many Bethesda games that are so buggy, it's unbelievable. And you just laugh about it, because what else can you do? So, little bugs and crap in the game, I don't care. It kind of gives it personality, I suppose. Doesn't really bother me. I'll bitch about it, because then I bitch about everything. But I don't mean anything by it. Bitching's just kind of fun, in my opinion. Uh-oh, trouble. This is why I don't like booms. I like the spray rigs that just spray, and you can spray over everything. Spray over the dog, spray over your farm wife, spray over the farm kids, the animals, just spray them down. Doesn't matter. But with the boom, they're always hitting something. And if you have uneven ground, they'll even hit the ground and mess up a little bit, kind of, sort of. Catch this little spot right here. Whee! All right, now, if there's one field that I could work, maybe there's another one. Oh shoot! I should be harvesting out there. What was that anyway? Barley, I think. Dang it! I should have had this guy going. Barley, barley, barley. I'm going to start in this corner and hire a worker, and he should be able to take care of it for me. Fun times in the big city. Christmas is coming so fast. Today's the 8th already of December. Just the other day, it was November. Thanksgiving. And now all of a sudden, it's December the 8th. Terrible. It's gonna be here and gone before we know it. Fortunately, we haven't had any real bad weather here where I live. It's gotten a little chilly. Let's see, it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a Saturday. It's 48 degrees. That's about as warm as it's going to get. And it's been dropping down to about 37, 38. Not too bad. We haven't had any rain for a couple days. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow, I think. And then it's supposed to rain for a few days. Sprinkles, rain, showers, who knows. They just, oh, barley has got windy row. There's the Rubicon, and that's what I'm using for my fertilizer. Alright, let's continue with this feller. Let's see if there's anything else I can herbicide. It looks like I already did this little field here. And I need to seed. Maybe I did. This little field up in front of me here, when I bought the field, had cotton on it. And I hate cotton, so I plowed it under. I plowed that thing under and I planted soybeans. So I got soybeans going there. And I'm thinking about maybe tagging these two fields, or well, actually, they just don't match up all that well, do they? I could make that into one great big field, but they're not bad. They're not bad size. I'll just probably leave them alone. So, again, now this is Honeydew. And let me check this, see how it's doing. Growth, it's still growing. It's got weeds. I can do this. Let's do this. As you look around, you can see it's fairly flat. The fields are fairly square. And, you know, when I use the term square, when I'm talking about fields, it's not very descriptive. What I mean is they're fields that have 90-degree corners, you know, and they're not round, they're not shaped like pears, they're squarish. They have 90-degree corners and pretty flat and open, and you don't see, as you look around, fences, you don't see hedges, you don't see anything like that. You also don't see a lot of trees. Now, I got this funny thing about trees. Most of the time, they'll put too damn many trees in. In this case, they didn't put enough. They needed to put a few trees around to make it look like it's someplace you'd want to live. Now, that being the case, in Washington State, where I was born and raised, you get into central Washington, and it's fields, it's farming as far as you can see. Now, it's not flat per se, but you don't see a lot of trees there either. It's just open. It's just grain fields as far as you can see. And you keep driving and driving and driving. It's nothing but grain fields. And there's not a lot of trees. There's some trees. A lot of sagebrush. After all, it is desert. But there you go. Let me see here now. This, uh-oh, what happened? He doesn't like the fence, I guess. Or is he stuck? He either didn't like the fence or he got stuck on the on that pile of poo-poo. It's really not poo-poo though, is it? Right, I'll give it a shot again. Yeah, he's going to get to the other end and kind of get upset too, I'm pretty sure. But let's find the Rubicon. There's the Rubicon. And let's see if that field needs some fertilizer. And it does. The weeds are good. This Rubicon's pretty cool. Now, if you notice, there's piping around the rear tires. That piping is cool. It actually sprays fertilizer behind the tires. If you look, see the blue hose that runs around the back of the tires there? Isn't that cool? I like the detail. They did a good job with the detail on the equipment, I think. Or most of it that I've seen anyway. Alright, now let's see if this will let me higher. Okay, see the spray on the back wheels? Isn't that cool? Alright, we got to get that herbicide guy. He's messed up from the tree, I think. Let's see if we can get in here and finish this field up. It's weedless now. Let's go take a look at this one. See if it has needs. I don't see any weeds. There's a need for weed. There's no weeds. It's 100% fertilized. This one's okay. This one is okay. Let's run up to field number 3. See what it looks like. I guess the Rubicon's doing okay. Yeah, he's doing fine. He's going to have trouble with that last one, though, because of the trees. Here I am bitching that there's not enough trees, and then I'm bitching that there are trees. I think I already did that. I see that it looks like they're dead. The weeds. Talking about the weeds now. Horse is getting all jumpy. What's that about? Okay, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 7, 5, and 6. All right, we're okay. We're good. Let's put the herbicide guy away. I guess I can go this way. So yeah, the typical of FS19 now. There's no farms that have any kind of production on them per se, outside of lumber. So there's nothing for you to do but sell your crops until we get some mods in. Good Lord. These guys get down to end the field, they gotta go, they go. They don't wait. Alright, before I start this one, I'm gonna... Now that's interesting. We're harvesting the weeds. Ah, cool. I guess. Let's go ahead and get our barley. I do have mods now that I'm using. I mentioned this. I want to mention it again. I do have a mod in here that gives me twice the yield when I harvest. I just talked to so many people that said they weren't making any money. So they were putting that mod in, and so I decided, okay, well, hey, if it's good enough that everybody else is using it, I'm going to use it too. So there you go. I kind of like this map. I like the flat fields and the squarish thing. I can use my big equipment. You should see my seeder. It's a monster. Alright, we're going to hire this feller. again. Let's go back to the Rubicon. All right, let's see. We need to get him around that tree. Well, I'll tell you what. You can spray a field lickety-split with this monster. And the herbicide one as well. But those booms are a pain in the butt. Damn birds. Those birds are weird. Sometimes you just never know where they come from. It's like they're coming out from the ground. Uh-oh. Harvester didn't like something. What's happening? I swear he started. Well, there he goes. He's not going to like the other end, I don't think. By the way, any patron that's using the mods from the OneDrive, this mod here I screwed up on. If you look down in the very bottom right-hand corner where it says soybeans, look at the amount that holds in seeds. 250,000. That was never meant to be. I only meant that to be 25,000. So I am going to correct this. And I'm telling you this only that if you keep using the one you've already downloaded, it's going to remain 250,000. If you're okay with that, more power to you. If you think that's excessive, which I do, I'm going to be changing it for myself. I'm only pointing this out because if you do change it, remember you're going to lose all of that seed in there. That cost me a fortune in seed, or it will when I change this out, unless I use the seed up before I make the change. So just pointing that out. I am going to change it in the OneDrive because that's not even close to being, you know, the right amount. So I'm going to drop it down to 25,000. Well, it's not doing me much good to hire a worker, is it? And I don't know if it's because of the collision on those buildings or what, but right there. Let's just try again. I may have to finish this out myself manually. And I'm thinking right now, one of the things I haven't bought yet is a forage wagon. So I'm going to need to do that. Let's see here. We need a mower. We don't have one. But we also need a forage wagon. Okay, so I don't particularly like the Stroutmans are fine. The Stroutmans are fine. But I'm going to use this Crone. And let's see. Mostly it's straw or grass. So there's already green in it from the decals and stuff. So I think I'm going to make it yellow for straw. And we'll leave the... let's make the wheels green to represent the grass. There you go. Not that it makes any difference. We'll put Michelin tires on it. I'm going to go ahead and leave the wheel set up the way it is. And I want to put the cover on because I think the cover's cool. It doesn't really do anything for you, and I don't usually use it, but I just think it's cool. Alrighty, and then we need something to pull it with. I suppose I could use what I'm already using, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get a... I don't have a fent yet, so let me get this fent here. And, gosh, I've never had a white fent. I think I'm going to leave it white, just because. Put some Michelin's on it, put a bigger engine in it. And, what was that? Yeah, the 517. The wheels we'll leave alone. I don't need dual wheels, so I'm pulling a trailer. So, let's go ahead and get that. Go back and... back again, and I want to get a mower, so let's get one of these. And let's see, green. Do I need green one? Well, it's for grass. I guess I could leave it green. Put Michelin's on it. Let's give it a little bit more horsepower. And okay that. All right, so he's full. Let's grab our trailer. I'm watching currently. I try to... I usually don't watch people play games that I'm actually playing for more than one reason. If I decide to record it, I don't want to record a game that I'm playing that looks just like... that I'm doing the same thing that the other guy's doing that's recording it. Now, it's easy not to worry about something like that because the kind of games I'm talking about are like Skyrim, okay? So if I'm playing Skyrim, when I get to the end of the road, I turn left. The other guy turns right. He camps out for a while. I go into a quest. So unless I'm watching somebody play the game and mimicking them exactly, you know, it's pretty easy to do your own thing. So the only thing is if I did the same thing as the person I'm watching, like he does this quest first, then he goes to that quest, then he goes to that one. If I do the same thing or say the same things, or you know, it's just, I don't like it. I don't, because stuff gets in my head. And I'm a big believer in not in reinventing the wheel. If somebody does something in a game that makes sense, I'm probably going to do the same thing. If somebody says to me, Rudy, if you're collecting that, there's a piece of equipment that you can put a trailer on, and you can not only harvest but collect it at the same time. It's a lot more efficient. Wow, that makes sense. I'll try that. You know, and then somebody will come out and say, oh, you're doing it just like such and such because that's the way he does it. Well, maybe. Which is a big reason why I don't watch other people play the games that I'm playing. But anyway, I'm watching somebody play Fallout 76. And I'm still playing Fallout 76, and I'm having enough fun with it. I have two characters. One that I play by myself, and it's basically just grinding. Basically, I'm just leveling the thing up. I'm still having fun with it. Most games I play are some kind of grinding in them. If you don't like grinding, then you're gonna not have very many games that you can play out there, because almost every game has some form of grinding in it. Even this one. If you need money to buy stuff, you've got to plant, seed, and harvest, sell. Plant, seed, and harvest, sell. to get the money so you can buy animals and things like that. So is that grindy? Kinda. It's kind of a grind. So almost every game has some kind of grind area in it. So that's what I'm doing with one character. The second character I don't play unless Angel's on. Now, if you watched me play Fallout 76 in the live stream, you know that I met this gal that's playing, and we were kind of playing through together. She still comes on once and again. I see her once or twice a week, and we get on the game and play for a while. So that's what I call a static character, which means that when we stop playing, I don't jump on it again until she logs back on, so that we're the same level as we're leveling up together. And instead of, she's not on today and I'm going to play the character, I get 5 levels, and when she comes in, I'm 5 levels ahead of her, and I've done things she hasn't done yet. And it gets a little disappointing when you're playing with somebody in a game and you come in and find out that they played the whole weekend and they've done a bunch of stuff that you wanted to do and you wanted to share that experience with them, but they've already done it. So now you're running around and they're saying, oh, don't go left, go right. Oh, do that. Jump over that log over there because there's something behind it. Well, it kind of ruins the game. I want to be excited when I walk in the cave and I get attacked by something. Well, if you walk in the cave, don't go to the left route, go to the right, or you'll get attacked. Half the fun is going left and finding out there's something there that's going to get you. So, anyway, that's what I call a static character. But I've been watching a guy play, and he's leveled up, and his intent was to go through the game, through the main quest line, and end the game. Beyond that, he wants to explore everything. So, but the very first thing you want to do is go through the game and finish the main quest line. Fallout 76 is so damn buggy. It's unbelievable. You're constantly getting knocked off the server. I get knocked off the server at least once or twice every time I play. It's very buggy. There are times when you don't actually get knocked off the server, and that's actually even worse. If you get knocked off the server, what I mean is you're playing, and then all of a sudden you're staring at your desktop. Where'd the game go? It just knocked you completely off the game. So you say, well, gee, that's bad. It is. But what's worse is the other kind of a glitch that you get, and that's where you're playing the game and you think you're still playing, but you lost the server. And so all of a sudden you finished a quest, and then you find out you didn't really finish the quest because you lost the server about 5 minutes ago. The server comes back and it doesn't always catch up where you were. That's even worse. And sometimes you'll be playing and a little pop-up comes on the side. Now see that thing that popped up there as I drove up on the thing? That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't pop up on the bottom. It comes over from the right-hand side, and it pops in like that, and it says, "You've lost a server," or "Server can't find the server," or something. And it keeps doing that. It keeps doing it. 5 more minutes, it pops up again. Lost the server. You lost server connection. Then it goes away. Then it comes back. Then it goes away. Then it comes back, and it does this quite often. It just infuriates me. I get upset when I get knocked off the server, but at least I know when I go back everything's going to be running again. It's just, you just lost a connection. With that, you never know because you're still kind of running around. You're still moving, albeit sometimes a little bit slower than normal. And that's one of the things that you can tell that you're about to lose the server is that you start slowing down, or it's a pain in the ass. Anyway, this poor guy gets to the end. He's trying to finish the game, and he keeps getting knocked off the server. And he comes back in. All the people at the very last boss that he was playing with, they all got knocked off. And some of them didn't come back, and oh geez, it's just a mess. Frustrating. What's this guy waiting for? Waiting for me to... That's what he's waiting for, right there. So I'm debating on this map. I think I'm going to probably keep playing this map. I'm thinking, do I want to keep recording it though? And there was, on 17, there was a time where I was playing more than one map at a time, and I would record, say, 3 versions or 3 episodes of each one, and then I would play one today, switch and play the second one tomorrow, the third day go back to the first one, fourth day go back to the second one. I'm thinking about doing that because I'm kind of having fun on both farms. I like the Volksbrunn, and I like this one so far. Now, I haven't tried to sell anything, so I don't know if the vendors are working correctly or not. There is a BGA, if you look at the map. I'm not sure if it's going to show you. There's a biomass. Up to the right is something called the ranch. That's basically all that is a horse ranch where you can sell something. It's a sell point. But there is a little arena, a circular arena, if you want to ride horses up there, I guess. I'm not doing that. I have a mod that rides the horses for me. There's a central grain elevator just north of the farm. There's a biogas plant. There's the animal dealer in the barn just west of us. There's a restaurant for sale point. There's the port on the west side, and the spinnery and sawmill. So you got all the stuff that you'd normally have in a generic map. And I'm assuming everything works. There was something in Volksbrunn that doesn't work, and that is the pig poo. On the Volksbrunn map, the pig poo doesn't work. If you go into your inventory, it shows you've got pig poo. But if you go to the pig pen, there's no pig poo there to pick up. And it doesn't even show that there's anything there. There's nothing on the ground. There's no pile of poo. And I haven't had a chance to go into Giant Editor and look at that to see if he just didn't put the pig plane in, or sometimes they put the pig poo plane or the grass plane or whatever it is, and sometimes it's too far down in the ground, or sometimes it's too far up in the sky. I don't know. Sometimes it's not there at all. So I'm not sure what the problem is, and I'm not sure if I'm all that worried about it, because I don't use the poo anyway. Some people get the poo and spread it on their fields. I don't generally do that. It's kind of a pain in the butt. You can spread the poo out, but it usually doesn't fill the whole field, and then you're done. They don't make that much poo. Pigs make very little. Cows make more poo than pigs do. Now I can tell I'm getting more yield because I'm not used to emptying the combine this often. That combine's... What does that combine hold? I think that's one of my mods. Yeah, it holds 50,000, which is not a great large amount. But I don't like going overboard on the combines. Generally, I've got a trailer set for 100,000 or 150,000, and then I'll set the combine accordingly, so that the truck has to make at least 2 dumps from the combine to be full. In this case, I think it's 3. I think that trailer holds 150. It does. So I think while I'm waiting for him, I'm going to go to empty this again. But see, I've already emptied it twice. And this is not a huge field. So I think that mod is working. That gives you the double the yield of your crops and stuff. So maybe you can make a little bit of money on it. There's another way to do it. You go in and change the price that you get from the farms, but I don't like messing with the economy of the map. I don't mind making it get more yield or growing faster, because you can do that too. You can speed up the growth pattern so you can get more harvests in a shorter period of time. That helps you out too. Let's take a look at what we've got in barley. Barley. All right then. Let's see. So we got just shy of $250,000 on this harvest, and it's not done yet. And that's not a huge field. That's a pretty good sized field, but it's not huge. But I don't know. What I'm saying is, you notice I just emptied that combine. He's full already. That normally doesn't happen. Usually they get almost all the way through the field before you dump it one time. So I know I'm getting more yield. And I didn't even get all the weeds and fertilizing done. Let me run to the store and get my piece of equipment here. Oh, you know what? Let me buy. I need to buy a weight. I haven't bought any weights for any of the tractors yet. Let's get the big Fendt, because that's a big trailer. We'll get the big Fendt, and we're going to make it white to match the trailer. Somebody said big buds are coming out. I don't know when. In the live stream yesterday, somebody told me they were already out. Well, I looked, and I have a Steam version, and they're not out on Steam. And people that don't know, they'll say, well, it's out. Okay, do you have a PC or are you on console? Because there's a difference there. Did you get it from Giant or are you on Steam? There's a difference there too. The updates on Steam are different than the updates on Giant. Steam has its own updates. So, and if you go to if you don't believe me, go to the Giant webpage, and it'll show you the download. Click on download, and it'll say, is this for PC and is it Steam? Because it says this download on the Giant page will not work on Steam. So they say it right there. So people were telling me that the DLC was already out for the Big Bud. I'm going to wait till it comes out, because what I want to do is I want to make sure, as somebody else said, well, there's already Big Buds on the mod page. Well, there are, but they've got problems with them because they're porting them over from 17, and they may or may not know what they're doing. And the one particular one I saw said this was his first time doing this, and he couldn't make a lot of it work. He couldn't make the headlights work. So I'm waiting for it to come out as a DLC. Then I'm going to clone it from Giant and make my changes to the Big Bud. So I know that the tractor's going to be okay if it's a Giant tractor and not somebody's mod version of it or a port from 17. There's a reason why they didn't put it in the game. They wanted it put into game. This is what I understand anyway. If you can believe anything they say. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They're saying they didn't have it ready. And, so I'm assuming that by the time they have it ready, it's going to have it's going to be a clean mod, so we'll deal with that. Anyway, with that, I think I'm going to go and end the episode here. I hope you had fun. If you did, give it a like. Share it with a friend. Subscribe if you haven't. And if you like this map, go out and get it. I got it from Mod Hub USA. Mob HUD USA. And I'm sure it's out there everywhere. At better web pages everywhere. So get your own copy. Have fun with it. I'll see you in the next episode. In the meantime, happy farming.